Today's been one of the tougher days. I literally just filmed this video and realized I wasn't filming. So I'm here refilming it. Yes, it is Wednesday. Today, I think it really hit me that I'm like doing so much and I really need to make time to like step back and make sure everything I do is with intention, because it just felt like from the moment I woke up, it was like all these different things that I allowed to like set me back mentally. So it was like, I set my alarm for 5:30 and then I hit the snooze, which is the worst. And then I woke up at 6:30, and then for some reason, like the supplement that I took in the morning just completely like gave me instant brain fog. And so I just spent an hour with brain fog walking around trying to figure out how to get rid of it. And then once that went away, then I had to prep for a showing, and then I had to leave to go to said showing, which is in LA. So it was like an hour drive to get there. And then I had to be at the showings. And then at the showings, my super didn't work. And I literally had to like panic, do stuff to make it work. But it did. But still, it was like, ugh. And then I had to sit in another hour of traffic to go to class. I got to the area early, so I decided to get food because I was hungry, except said food, shout out Panda Express. I found this in my food. So now I'm like, oh, this day is just getting better. And then, yeah, that one took me out. I literally was just like, oh my God, I'm going to get I have to pump my stomach from whatever bug this is. But class itself was actually really good. So today we were doing the prep work that someone would do prior to laying out a foundation. So that's where you take the laser level and you pretty much set like your elevations, and you set out where you're going to put your forms when you pour the foundation. We didn't actually do it, but we were doing all that setup work. Not easy by any means. We went through 2 scopes that didn't work until we got to the one that did. And then it took us 30 minutes just to get that level. And then between 5 of us, it took like 40 minutes just to pull the elevations on each of the, I think they're called batter boards. Don't quote me on that. I'm still learning, but on each of the batter boards. So yeah, that was crazy. And then we had to demo it when we were done. So I'll try to incorporate more videos of that. I think I need to do better at like filming what I'm doing rather than me just talking to you guys in the camera. But yeah, that was definitely interesting. I think it was really freaking hot. And I just realized, honestly, mad respect to people who work in construction. Like, it is no joke. Like, this stuff is a drain on your body, especially when it's freaking hot as hell. And like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Like, I feel like construction workers are athletes without all the notoriety. Like, it's insane. But yeah, so good day learning wise, draining day otherwise, but I'm trying to push through it because of my goals in mind. So that's my quick little update for today, and stay tuned for the next one. Just kidding. I'll actually take you on a quick little tour of all the projects that I've been working on these past few weeks so far. So right now I am in my foundations class. So this is how the first project came out after it dried. Pretty cool stuff. And we have actually started each week filling in the squares. So this first square, what we did was we did a different color. It's hard to tell, but there is a different color in there. For that one, we did a rock salt finish to kind of give it some texture. This is one that we have yet to do, but in that far corner, which, you know what, let me just mosey on over there. This one we actually did, I forget what it's called, but we embedded stones into it. And we had a little bit of trouble edging this because the way we laid out the brick, the mortar kind of hangs over like this, which means when we edge it, it keeps knocking into all that junk, which means our lines aren't straight. So that was kind of a little bit of something to work around, I guess, when it came to working on this particular slab. But we're kind of just waiting for it to dry a little bit more. And then right now the rocks are covered by a layer of cream, but we're going to wash those off later. And these are kind of the tools. So that's the edging tool we use. That's the bowl float we use. to do so. So yeah, that is what we're doing in foundation. And honestly, it's just a matter of, at this point, just watching concrete dry. So let me take you on over to, this is the other teams that they did. And this slab here is actually pretty cool because this is what a previous class did in the past with stamping and the like. But anyways, let me take you over to give you a quick update on our home remodeling area. So walking through the walls here, my team decided that we actually want to put a door in this kind of entryway. So I actually framed this little wall, which I was super proud of. I put in the top plates as well as, I put in that bottom plate, which I just pointed at. You can see the cripple stud there, and it was kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but my professor made me cut the top plate right there and then put in a new one because he said it needed support from this beam, which you can see is connected to those brackets, which kind of took a lot more work than I wanted it to. But here you can also see the progress we've made so far in hanging the drywall. That's been actually an interesting kind of journey, I would say. It's nice to see the walls start to come together. Definitely we're students because you can see there are kind of large gaps on the sides here, and the screws we have weird spacing, but it's a learning in progress, as they would say. But just a quick little recap, that is the area where we want to put our shower, and then over here we want to put a tub, and then these are some pieces of drywall that we've pre-cut and measured. This area, we are on the fence of putting like a kitchenette type situation over there, still to be decided. Me stepping through the wall, this is the other team's project. As you can see, they're much more further along than we are. So that's definitely something, to look forward to for sure. And then stepping over here, I'll give you a quick update on what we're doing over in roofing. So far we've put up a lot more scaffolding. The school has been kind of harping on us to be more safety conscious, which totally makes sense. So we put up additional scaffolding right here where we plan to finish this shed roof, and then in the back you can kind of see we put higher scaffolding up around that 2-story. And then with this shed roof, we went ahead and put on the sheathing. So that's kind of the base of the roof is the sheathing. And then walking into the inside, you can see the blocking that we put up so that we would have something to nail the sheathing into. We've yet to finish, but that's kind of where we'll start next week with this. And then we did this row, and so we're just going to continue on up with that. And then moseying on over to my framing class, we are jumping right into doing an entire structure. So this week we were introduced to the structure that we will build, and we received the plans for that. And so we're taking a lot of lessons on what that will entail. This is our existing slab that we're going to build this on. And so right now we're trying to figure out how to basically square up the slab. So rather than marking it up, we're going to run these stakes and then do it in the air first and get it square. And then once we squared everything in the air, we then worked on transferring it down into the ground on the slab where the different bottom plates will go. We did discover in this process that the slab is not square itself, which means parts of the wood is going to overhang. But I think for all intents and purposes, that should be totally fine. Well, this is our slab. We're building our structure, but we have to clear it. So we're moving this off with a telehandler and forklift extensions, and we're gonna put it, well, not me personally, but they're gonna move it right there so that this is clear for our plates. And it was a success. It did take a while to make sure the structure was completely strapped in, but made it work. So until the next episode, thank you so much for watching.